My hair is not having a good day today.
See, I thought it looked really nice.
It's just
The bow is adorable. I'm a big fan.
it's because I really tried.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't happening.
Yeah, I see. Well, you covered well. Okay, hello again.
We're back. This time for KJ's live Drag Me. But we're just gonna chitty chat away until he shows up.
I'm actually gonna turn off the AC.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool.
Video because it's loud.
And it's a little
I know, right there is right where the AC shoots, which is nice most times. Okay. Yeah, so this is KJ's Live Drag Me, and guess what? Guess what's back in stock?
The Drag Me's. Drag Me's are back in stock. What is this?
Advanced readings are out of stock. We're just trying to manage our
order
order so we don't get, we're getting just Drag Me's.
And then we're just getting just
now
advanced.
we're getting just advanced, so we're trying to even it out.
And man, knocking out 2 Drag Me's in a day is something different from knocking out 3 advanced. We never do. 3
No,
advanced in a day.
doing
we
2
actually
advanced.
never do 2 advanced in a day.
Anytime we have an advance, I'm always
it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it wouldn't be fair if we did 2 advanced in a day to the people getting it, because then
it's just energetic.
It's a lot of energy.
Drag Me's are much obviously easier to do. Also, you don't have to do the research for.
Yeah. We literally fly by the seat of our pants. We plug in these people's information like 2
Yeah, Nina will I will always have, but we'll check it out and be like, yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I'm trying to start.
We gotta wait.
Fuck? We have time. We have to wait. So yeah, those are back in stock. You can get them at PartyTrickAstrology.com/shop. Everybody wondering how to get one of these. Oh, cool.
It's you
here. So
ready to be scouts.
Yeah.
What an image. Ever seen Kill Bill? Okay. First thing that I want to say.
Hefty selling. Yeah.
Is so you are a Sagittarius Sun, Pisces Moon, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Capricorn, Mars in Sagittarius.
What a mutable bitch.
And it's at 29 degrees Mars in Sagittarius, which means coincidentally that you're a Mars Amakarka. But I know of someone who was born the same day as you, or maybe the day after you. It had to have been the same day as you because
probably would have gone into
because it's a Pisces Sun and or no
Pisces Sun. Wait, what?
Pisces Moon. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Essentially, you have a very, very similar chart, except for the Mars is different because yours is at the very last degree of someone that my friend was seeing for a long time, although inconsistently, a little bit ago. And he was a psychopath.
With the rising?
Rising, no, because she never got his birth time. But he is a psychopath. Legitimately. This girl does a lot of therapy. And she had her therapist essentially diagnose this guy with psychopathy. And I can see why this chart lends itself to psychopathy. Fun fact, all serial killers are mutable signs.
Yeah, exactly. That's the number one fucking red flag is just all immutable shit you could have and being approachable. Anyways, how to get a Drag Me reading. PartyTrickAstrology.com/shop. They're available now.
Someone actually just bought one just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Woo!
Wee!
Okay, so yeah, this combination will create a mess. Sagittarius and Pisces are, I think, the most kind of erratic signs, lowest, in the sense of, Gemini is a flip-flopper, but it's just a flip-flopper. Pisces and Sagittarius have not even a thing to flip or flop to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's, I think no one calls Sagittarius lazy. But
I think there's a huge...
I think they definitely can be.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think it just depends on the other energies in the chart, of course, how a Sagittarius comes apart. Because there's 2 kinds of Sagittarius. There's the do-gooder, stand by their beliefs, so almost hard on themselves to you know what I mean? Just wants to be in the right, And then there's a Sagittarius that's said fuck it all kind of situation.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm here to have fun.
Oh my God. We know a Sagittarius who uses this quote all the time. I don't know where it's from, but Alex Prim You know who you are. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
That's so funny. That's so accurate to a Sagittarius sun. That's so funny. Yeah, and considering that you've intercepted all this stuff and you have a Pisces moon, you're definitely like the lazy Sagittarius in the sense of everything will be fine.
Yeah,
Everything will be fine.
I'm sitting here manifesting, and I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't know why I'm making this is your voice now. Yeah.
And also, but the thing is though, is like you're here for a good time, not a long time, but nobody sees you as that way, which sucks because of your Virgo rising. Everybody sees you as a boring time to dole out whatever fun's going on, time to fucking, hey, I know Virgo rising Pisces moon, and it's so funny because he'll kind of ironically, but also seriously, always be the voice of like, the PC voice.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know how to exactly put it on because it's that Pisces moon. On the inside, you're not as invested in whatever you're trying to say to a person. Like a Virgo rising will do this, but because you're not as attached to it and as emotionally invested in it, there's this like ironic detachment with every time you say it almost. Does that make sense?
I think PC culture comes from like we don't want to offend anybody, and we also want to prove how woke we are.
Yeah.
So
it's not so much the PC thing, but just like it could even be just like a social thing. You know what I mean? Or just whatever the good, right thing to do is. And I feel like you get yourself in that situation a lot where it's like, hey guys, we got to be responsible. LOL. Like, while you're not being responsible, you know what I mean? People probably put a lot of responsibility onto you, and then you fuck it all over with your Sag sun and your Pisces moon just escaping and being irresponsible. But like, you're like, but if I don't do this, it won't be done right.
Yeah.
But also, how much do I care? Like, I have a Pisces moon at the end of the day. Like, I feel like you don't do a lot of stuff because you're such a perfectionist, but because you don't have it in you to be a perfectionist.
And your Saturn's in Pisces.
Yeah.
Your generation, just very lazy, no matter how much Virgo you have in you.
Yeah. With every problem or responsibility that comes up, it's always just going to be, why do it when you can just not and pretend it's not there? If you don't write a to-do list, you have nothing to do, right?
Yeah. If I don't want it to. I was just going to rephrase what you said, and It was unnecessary. You have Venus and Capricorn in the 5th house, which we just dragged for being the most, not today, but recently, for being just the most materialistic bitch out there.
Yeah, Venus and Capricorn in the 2nd house and the 5th house, I think, are some major transactional placements as well. Just in the sense of like,
I think in the 5th house, it's
what do you do for me?
It's more than anything the clout.
Yeah.
Because it's like
the clout.
Serve me and my clout.
Right. Yeah. You want a purse. You want.
Yeah. You just think like, oh man, it would be great to have a boyfriend so that I could post more pictures to Instagram.
Yeah. Tote them around, make them make me look better. I don't know
and
what you're into.
I'll get more followers and more likes, and everyone will think that I'm fantastic. And that's what really matters. If people think that I'm doing great, then I guess I am.
Yeah. For sure.
Whereas, a normal, healthy person would be like, man, I would love a relationship because I just got lots of love to give.
No, you don't. No. It's not that you have a lot of love to give. You have a lot of love you want.
Yes.
And that's another thing with Venus in the 5th house. They want a lot of love. And Venus in Capricorn isn't good at giving love. So not only do you ask for so much, but you also don't give much. And also probably because you're too insecure as well because of all your interceptions. Like, because you have a Sagittarius interception, which intercepts a lot of your planets, of course. Intercepts 5 of your planets. And you have Pisces moon in the 8th house, so you're not going to give anything away, but you better do nothing but tell me how great I am, how good I look, what you're going to want. You're going to want like a sugar daddy that gives you their card, like their credit card. You know what I mean? Like, you need gifts. Like, you're like how much you love me is shown through how much you give me, how much you take. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't occur to you to like do anything. It just doesn't occur to you, to do anything for anyone else. So Alyssa Sharp once said that she thinks that Sagittarius is like the American Psycho character, who's like fucking and like looking at himself in the mirror, whereas Leo is looking at the other person looking at them. Sagittarius is just looking at themselves. And this is funny because my friend who was seeing a guy that has a very similar chart to you is obsessed with American Psycho and in love with, Christian Bale? Who is in American Psycho? Yeah. Christian Bale in American Psycho. And Christian Bale in general. So it's just like really funny that it really all adds up. And that is the number one character who's just like, I could not think twice about doing anything for anyone else.
Yeah.
This probably, Christian Bale in American Psycho also probably has Venus and Capricorn. Yeah. Because it's just like, it's about the clout and what you can give to me.
And it's transactional. They have a very 100%. Like transactional approach to love, and what they expect from it. Yeah. And you probably think you're like the hardest person to cuff or something, but in reality, that's just because like nobody wants to deal with you.
I really can't help but think of serial killers looking at
that's all. Your birth chart. And like, with all that mutability, it's so just like act on the moment.
Yeah, your Mars in Sagittarius you're also like a Mars Abakaraka, so.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
And then in Sagittarius in the 6th house, super mutable.
Oh no, 4th house.
Oh, sorry, I can't read Roman numerals.
Right? Okay.
Cool. Yeah, in the 4th house. I mean, that's a drag there. Do you want to go there?
What? Mars in the
4th house
intercepted? Interesting.
It's terrible. Especially because it's like you hate Sagittarius and Cancer energy together. You know?
Well, I don't.
In some ways.
No, I don't like Sagittarius Sun, Cancer Moon. I like Cancer Sun, Sagittarius Moon.
Oh, right.
That's my thing. I'm a fan of that combination, actually. But you can't switch it. It has to be that one.
But the reason why you say that you hate Sagittarius and Cancer Moon is because it's like righteously indignant about things that don't matter.
Yeah.
And that are also ultimately selfish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Sagittarius Mars in the 4th house, you can maybe be like, and I'm only saying this because this is a drag, be like, I'm righteously indignant about this topic because it hurt me in a specific way.
Your righteous indignation all comes from it hurt me. Like you're probably only socially invested in the causes that benefit you. You know what I mean? Like, let's say this is just a smaller thing because Sagittarius is all about like fighting for stuff, but you have to have an emotional connection to everything that you go after, and you probably also feel like you have to have too much of a connection to it. Like you can't fight for it unless you have a connection to it. I think that comes from that like interception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of like that invalidation of it.
Also, like, I'm all for talking about causes that you care about and standing up for like what you believe in. But when there's Cancer energy attached to it in a certain specific way, I can't stand it because it just comes off so whiny.
So whiny.
You can't just be like, I believe in women's rights. It's women are powerful, and how dare you?
No, it's more
talk
like
about this.
I'm a woman and I'm powerful, and me, and I didn't get treated well. And can you believe this person treated me like this at my job? Me.
And people should really be more like this, and so that people won't be so hurt. And like people should really do more like this because it's really like unfair the way that like people do things in a way that like
they forget about
people. Like you need to remember that, and it's just like a lot of times it's semantics. It's just semantics.
Yeah.
It's people. This combination of like Sagittarius, but then you got to put the petty Cancer next to it, and then it becomes about semantics of like this specific way of saying things shouldn't matter. It's like it's actually counterintuitive because Sagittarius is big picture, and putting that Cancer energy on it is just like small picturing it.
Yeah.
Because the fourth house is all about your shit.
It's trapping in your like expansive energy.
Yeah, and it's your Mars.
Yeah. And also back to the serial killer thing, because we're gonna keep on going with that route. You remind me of the kind of serial killer that it does it out of like, you hurt me, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna let it stew for my entire life. And also like in that similar thing, because didn't the guy that killed Gianni Versace have all the fourth house stuff?
Fifth house. I don't remember.
Fifth house too. But I feel like fourth house will do that, like you want personal vengeance, because also your moon in Pisces in the eighth house is forgotten. I feel like you're all about like secret personal vengeance. Yeah.
I think Andrew Cunanan had a Venus in the fourth house in Leo. Oh my god, thank you so much, Larry John.
Yeah, okay, I want to go to Pisces moon in the eighth house. So when people are like, who hurt you? You should be like, my mom!
Yeah.
Because that is at the end of the day, who hurt you the most? I mean, your father probably wasn't there, or, you know, maybe something happened with your dad, blah, 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 right? I'm not saying he was the best. He wasn't the best influence, but at the end of the day, your mom is the one that really, well, mate, no, your dad, you're both your parents. Your parents fucked you up. And it really leaves an imprint on you, because your dad is intercepted in the fourth house. So that's like an internal, always like, I don't have the ego that I want or feel I should have. But also like your mom, some kind of death happened, right? So you're...
Sorry, this is Andrew Cunanan's fourth house. Ruled by Cancer, but Venus and Leo.
Okay. Just an eighth house moon in Pisces. Your mom was just so much of an escapist and hid so much from you. But also, were you like maybe your mom was like a single mom and she was like, you were like the favorite child. And so maybe she protected you too much. You know, there could also be that eighth house thing of like, maybe your mom built up these walls around you. You know what I mean? Or
you're an absence of your mom.
Absence of
like
your
very,
mom, yeah.
very absent, like not there because she was strung out on drugs.
Yeah, but also didn't let you do anything. Like maybe
Yeah.
mom that kept you locked up in the house because she was strung up on drugs. I don't know. But either way, I don't know. Your moon is just not happy, but very psychic.
Yeah.
So, but this
people
is
get mad when we say that. It's like you talk about all this bad stuff, and then you say, "Oh, but at least you're very artistic," or like, you know.
Yeah, because this is driving. We're not saying like you're artistic in this, but unfortunately, blah blah blah. We're gonna say the bad stuff first,
because that's what you wanted.
Let's see here. Is there anything else that's
sticking out?
Calling my name. What? Your sun's? Oh, your moon is square your Jupiter, so you have. That emphasizes that fucking eighth house thing of like erratic emotional responses, like completely far larger than they should be because they've been stewing for so long. And this is, I think, moon square or a negative aspect to Jupiter when it's in a introverted placement, I think is a big signal of depression because it will overdo that water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where it'll sink so deep into that and it'll just expand your moon too much to where you're too emotional, too sad, too empathetic, too feeling of other people's emotions. Like you're probably so affected by everyone around you that you don't leave the house. Maybe it was a self-imposed thing where like your mom would always do all this stuff, so you were scared of everything, so you locked yourself away.
Ah, yes. And that's the only way that you can find pleasure. Or, I mean, Jupiter is kind of healthy pleasures. I'm sorry. My Mars in the fourth house is really pissed off at this comment that we just got.
Oh, what? I wasn't reading it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's an understandable thing. I don't really.
Yeah, but I'm getting righteously indignant about it.
I have my own. Like, I don't know. As far as Robin's comment, like, we're doing the best that we can. We're going to be uploading
also,
more.
We were never consistent the first
Yeah, we've never had consistent uploads. We've gone like 2 months one time when we started without posting and not saying anything.
Also, we're not in control of how many drag memes we post because
yeah, you don't have to watch the drag memes. You do them because they buy them.
Yeah, so it would be even shittier if we didn't do them.
Yeah. Anyways, has KJ said anything? No. Okay. Also, you were just doing Saturn, so that just is even more of an indication of
Oh yeah,
depression.
because like you probably hear the party trick of Pisces is the favorite child, and you're like, no.
Yeah, true. You probably don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Maybe you just were given, like, I don't know, you can still be a favorite child, but almost like still not liked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I know a friend that like the favorite child in the house would always change, and it was literally just because of whatever was going on at the time.
Mm.
But like nobody was ever really the favorite child. Does that make sense? I don't know. Or maybe
Or
it's
even
an only
if you're
child.
favorite, yeah, or
Yeah,
you
it could literally just be the
child.
only child.
And then the aspects didn't help you out on being very loved.
Yeah.
OMG, I am super dramatic.
Dude, I also read School Shooter, maybe. Like, I could see that, like, just blowing up.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're like, nobody wants to be my friend. 4th house, 8th house. I'm so alone. Da-da-da. All I do is study. Nobody approaches me. I'm such a nerd.
Well, we got to look at your 3rd and 9th house to see if you would shoot up your high school or your college.
Maybe just
3rd house in Libra.
Maybe, like, not a school, but, like, a place that wronged you.
Yeah.
Like, inside.
I mean, 9th house in Aries.
That's true. Be careful. Sometimes we like light drugs, and sometimes we're like, watch out.
Yeah.
School shooter suspect number 1. No.
News comes out. Prediction from Party Trick Astrology.
Oh my god. Okay, let's see here. You are very creative, though, I will say. I can't really drag much as far as your 5th house. Like, I don't know. Uranus and Neptune gives
some cool, funky creativity.
Yeah. Like,
or your kids are gonna be drug addicts. And
also that too. That's true as well. Also, you have too much fun with that stuff. Yeah, I think your mom has definitely had some alcohol or drug issues. Yeah. Because you've been passed down probably from your childhood.
You've inherited her problems.
You've definitely inherited those issues. Oh my gosh, and probably like you're probably a Virgo rising because your mom was such a mess. She did not want you to be a mess. That she was like, you have to, like, she was. It's like that overcompensation thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When it's like, if like the mom is so emotional, then the child will be the parent. Yeah, exactly. Like the child will have to keep everything together. Like your mom was so emotional, your mom was such a mess. Like you felt the need to like put on this put together face, but I don't know.
Saturn in the 7th house, along with the Capricorn Venus. Can we say sugar daddy?
Yeah.
Can we say finds love late in life?
Yeah, for sure. Also, you probably, I feel like you just love the hookup phase and you don't get into the deep relationships much. You love the erratic.
Especially for now. For now, you're just running through, playing whack-a-mole with karma, learning your lessons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. With Saturn in the 7th house?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
And Capricorn in the 5th. So you learn your relationship lessons through hookups.
Yeah.
That should be super fun. Mm-hmm. But then
they don't like Capricorn. They get too heavy and too serious.
Is your 5th house actually working?
I feel like you're somebody who doesn't have any time for anything else except for your emotions. And when you do have extra time, you will try to, like, it's that 5th house. It's a 5th house that you'll try to accommodate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's the only time you have other than emotions.
So your chart, planetary wise, is like, I want to have fun. And your house placements are like, I don't know what fun is.
Yeah.
So fun to you turns into like potatoing around.
Yeah, I think it's like you really like that dark, like the dark hole of the like fun that's not very fun anymore because it's like too serious or too much, you know?
It says 5th and 8th house overpowers my life. You should go to Sex Addicts Anonymous because if the 5th and the 8th house are the houses overpowering your life, it sounds like you're having a lot of sex, which is fine if it's not overpowering your life.
And your Mars is conjunct Jupiter, and your Mars and Jupiter are in Sagittarius.
Someone said, I wish these were on sale, and they just came back on sale.
Yes, they are. Let's see here.
So your Jupiter is in its domicile, Sagittarius, and that is currently what we're going through right now. Do you have anything
I
to speak
do.
of about this?
But mostly having to do with your aspects and the fact that it's intercepted. You were kind of touching on this. I think he has a little bit of this as well. Or female or male? Do you know?
It's a guy.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I was like, okay. Of that, like Jupiter and Sagittarius is so lucky, but then I think intercepted and then square your moon and your Saturn is like you want more luck than you get. Like you will never get as much luck as you want. You know what I mean? And to many other people, they might, if you do let somebody into your life, maybe they do see a lot of like you do get lucky, but you will always invalidate it because you're like, all of these other things that are wrong, no. Like you know what I mean? Anytime that like life gives you a gift, you're basically wanting to send it back because you're like this, like you're the little kid that gets like socks for Christmas and just throws it and gets mad and was like, where's my toy though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's you.
Or
yeah, exactly.
Also, you think Jupiter and its domicile, great, just more Jupiter. When Jupiter went into Sagittarius at the end of last year, biggest California fires ever.
Oh yeah,
Too much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, that fire, dude, that is crazy.
Especially when it's aspecting badly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Oh my God, you are the biggest. Wait, are you? Hold on. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like you lie a lot. I don't know. I feel like you're a pretty big liar. Mercury in Sagittarius already has a good way of fucking expanding the truth,
And then you got
over-telling, oversharing, over-promising.
Libra ruling the third house. You just kind of like, it has to do with communication, just like saying whatever, sounds good.
Yeah, and because it's intercepted, you feel like you can't say what you want to say. You probably feel like you have to say
what has to be said.
Yeah, so
and what has to be said is whatever's.
I feel like you don't talk much. And I feel like you talk a lot to yourself.
Yeah.
Fourth house Mercury, I think definitely. Like you might even feel kind of crazy sometimes because you talk to yourself so much. And also Mercury square Saturn. Yeah, you don't talk much.
Yeah.
But you have a lot to say. And so I feel like you do this like back and forth of like not talking, and then when you do finally talk, you just like let it rip and go on like the longest rant forever. And people are like, you talk too much, and you're like, I talk too much, I should never talk again. So you don't talk again for a long time.
Not only do you have Mercury intercepted, but you have Gemini intercepted.
Oh my God!
So
yeah,
like anytime you spoke growing up, someone was like, you're stupid, stop talking.
You only speak when spoken to.
Yeah,
like that's the Libra third house. You know what I mean? Like, and then when somebody does talk to you, that's when you probably just go off. You know what I mean? But you probably like never talk to somebody first or approach them.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why does nobody talk to me? People should be nicer.
Your Mercury is actually like extremely troubled.
Yeah.
It's debilitated, intercepted, and has one aspect, which is square Saturn.
Isn't it also conjunct the sun? Yeah, it's also conjunct
the sun. Conjunct the sun, sorry.
But that's a more intuitive aspect.
Whoever's born on any other day has
that's not pretty common.
And in the fourth house, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, no. You're
in the fourth house too.
You just have like and it's ruled by Scorpio. I don't know, something's going on in your home. Your parents are doing some kind of.
You did not have a good childhood.
No,
so sorry. I mean. What do you gotta have a bad fourth house stuff, including Pluto. You gotta have a personal planet in the 8th house. Interception. Yeah, let's look at your
in Libra, cusping the 2nd and 3rd house. It's in the 2nd house. So probably some issues with like money.
It's just like
and friends.
You know,
people like we just said, you're such a loner.
That phrase, do not be a borrower or a lender be. You were like, or just lender be always.
Wait, what does that even mean?
It's like don't ask for money and don't give money. Be neither a borrower nor a lender.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you're like, I don't get that. How about do not be a borrower but lend always.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you lend too much, or like maybe your family didn't know how to do money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
So
think your
they
family
didn't-
knew a lot of things.
No,
I don't
they
think your
didn't.
family knew how to raise a child.
No, they didn't. Yeah, you definitely took on all the responsibility. So this is like your chart is too intense.
Your chart is
for
not
a drag
conducive
me.
for a drag
No.
me.
Please reconsider.
Please complete your payment for advanced. No, I'm just kidding. They're out of stock anyway.
But yeah, your chart
KJ's
definitely
sun sign is Sagittarius.
lends stuff. And also, why did you choose a drag me? Like
He doesn't have any money.
Also, no, not only that, but like all the 4th and 8th house stuff, why would you want yourself put on blast?
Yeah.
Maybe because you secretly want all that attention. 4th house suns just crave so much attention that you never fucking got. Oh my god.
You're just dying to throw yourself.
So maybe that the only reason why you picked this is just because it's live and people can comment.
Yeah.
Not because I feel like you might be
if you
somebody.
would have a live advanced reading.
Yeah, that's what you would have wanted. I feel like. And also, what else was I gonna say about that? Oh, you're probably gonna be somebody you might like after this be like, hey, can you guys actually make this private? Anyways, have you said anything? A lot of secrets at home. Yeah. I'm a masochist, LMAO. Yeah. That's Pluto in the 4th, dude. That is the ultimate like masochistic position. I never thought about that. But like it's that ultimate like they already started it, so this is just what I'm used to.
Yeah. Moon in the 8th. Moon in the 8th person is masochistic without even knowing it.
Yeah. They're like, manipulate and take advantage of me.
Anything else other than pain.
Yeah, that's so true. Like these are the people to hop from like one abusive situation to another emotionally abusive situation to another person, another emotionally abusive person.
And you're like, I don't know anything else.
Yeah. And you're like, but I'm attached to this person. Like,
I just picked this person and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, and delusionally pick this person because your moon's in Pisces, so you have the worst taste. And your 7th house is in Pisces,
but
and your like, Saturn, your worst taste in people, worst taste in relationships.
But you're like, oh my god, you're Hannah B right now. She had an initial connection with Luke P.
Is this bachelor?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's like, I've picked this guy and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
And I hope she changes her mind. Like, fuck, I'll give $20 to anyone who can give me Luke P's birth chart. I bet it looks a bit like yours because he is a psychopath.
You are such a servant in general. You just completely give yourself over to people, and you have double Virgo Pisces. So that is like the servant sign, like the emotional servant and then like the physical servant. So all you do is things for others. Another reason why your sun is intercepted in the 4th house.
Oh.
Yeah, and you never get any of that attention, but that's all that you crave. This is just this is kind of a drag, but it's like it's a deep drag. But you said you wanted us to scalp you, so
yeah. There you go. Is there anything in your chart that would indicate you wanting to be scalped specifically?
Pluto in the 4th house.
No, I'm thinking like Aries energy. Scalp.
Oh, like the head?
All you have is, you're a Mars out Makaraka.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Maybe that explains why I've been drawn to healthcare law, all the servant qualities.
Yeah, and you got double Virgos.
Aquarius in the 6th house. Yeah. Pisces, definitely in the service industry because you don't have an ego. What? No, you don't have any of this stuff. You're just here to help others.
Yeah, but then you're also like, I'm the best I can get through anything.
You must have been a completely forgotten child. Like I feel like your parents were just off doing something else, and you were just at home taking care of yourself.
Thank God,
with nothing around you. Alaska
is so far away and hard
sense.
To get to because
that makes sense. Alaska's gonna isolate you just because you live in Alaska. Like, oh my god, it was probably always cold. Anyways, because like you probably didn't have your parents neglected you, no air, right? I don't know. Anyways,
no air,
like heat, whatever, doesn't matter. I just feel like
there's no air in Alaska.
I feel like it gets so cold in Alaska, and you like grew up in like basically like a handmade cabin. I don't know. Anyways.
I think that's the end of our time.
That is the end of our time. That ends stuff. Just ignore that. That was
thank you so much for purchasing this drag me.
Yes.
We hope that somehow you got something out of it. Although you're a masochist, so I'm sure you did.
Yes. But that's about it. Yeah. So drag me. Sorry if you didn't know. Thank you so much for purchasing this, KJ, and for waiting. You're our last influx of March drag meets, and all of our readings went back into stock. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Always bye.
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 It's a little scale.
Bye.
Bye. I am an opera singer.